Hello YouTube, welcome to Darnar9, and that kind of flew through. Alright, so, as you can see, I'm doing a Wi-Fi battle, and it's against my girlfriend, and it's going really fast, wow. Alright, so, we've got Nidoking up against the AliRawr here, and the quality's not the greatest at the moment, but I've got 3 battles. So, she switches out into Lapras, expecting, type advantage over the ground. I go with Earth Power, thinking this is going to stand in AliRawr. I switch Nidoking out because I don't want to take a Surf, and I think the best thing that could take a Surf is probably my Executor. This is a new team that I've been working on. I didn't get to go over the team synopsis, but maybe I'll do that next time. Leave comments. So Surf takes it like a boss. She switches out because she thinks Grass type is something that she doesn't want to take. So my Executor is Toxic because I didn't know what to do against Lapras. So I went with the Toxic. And to scare the AliRawr's Flamethrower, I switch into Charizard because Charizard can take that like a boss. And I think you guys can start to figure out what kind of team I'm running. So she switches out of her AliRawr and sent in the Lapras, but I kind of predicted that. So I went to Mega Charizard Y, which is my whole team basis. It's a drought team. As you can see, the drought going off, so it's a sun team with Charizard, Venusaur, Executor, and then a couple guys with a little bit of boosting and just regular guys. So I carried the Focus Blast, and I kind of predicted the Lapras. So the Focus Blast hit, took out the Lapras in one shot. That was a big threat gone. So she then sends out the Gengar. The Gengar goes with the Toxic, and this Gengar kind of surprised me because it's not the typical Sludge Bomb Shadow Ball Gengar. So you won't see what it is until I think it's the second or third video. But the Toxic takes an effect. Charizard kind of sweeps the rest of this game. There's 3 games. I guess I should have went over that. But yeah, 3 games, and it was kind of interesting through the 3. They were right in a row, so you'll see. Anyways, so she goes into Charizard X here. Goes for the Fly. I went for the Air Slash because I don't really have much else, and this guy's really special attacking beast. So, because I know the Fly probably would take me out between the Tough Claws and Charizard not being bulky, I went into Klefki because Klefki could probably take a Fly, no problem being Steel. So my Klefki goes for the Thunder Wave. It's a prankster, and it doesn't have any really attacking moves. So I go for the Thunder Wave just because I know Klefki can't do anything against her remaining Pokemon. I just wanted him to get the Paralyze off the Charizard X because he was faster than Charizard Y. So the sun faded. I sent out Nidoking because now with Charizard X, I went with the Ice Beam. I should have went with Earth Power. That was a bad play on my part. But it's okay because the Paralyze takes an effect and he's fully paralyzed. I want the Earth Power here, which was what I should have done originally. So my Nidoking, and you probably have noticed, is now special attacking. I find this was much better suited for Nidoking. Although his attacks are really high, he gets a lot of special attacks, and Sheer Force is just awesome on him. Doesn't matter which one you choose. But I found he's better with Special Attacker. I mean, he has good stats overall, so. The Avalugg was taken out in one shot, no problem. That wasn't sturdy, clearly. So, Nidoking comes in and is kind of just wiping the floor. Survives an overheat from a AliRawr. And the Earth Power takes this guy out. And I do believe that was her last. Yeah. So, Nidoking kind of... Oh no, she has Chestnut. Okay. So it's Nidoking versus Chestnut. This actually surprised me because Nidoking went with the Flamethrower and it did not take him out. I was a little surprised, but I guess all in all, wasn't terribly shocking. But Chestnut goes with a Hammer Arm, takes out my Nidoking, which kind of sucks because he was sweeping for a bit. And so I just sent in Charizard to take it out, and that was game. It was pretty much game after Nidoking started sweeping, which is all cool and dandy. So here's the Air Slash, and that is game. So that was game 1. We went through 3 games, kind of best of 3 scenario, but not necessarily because you'll see. So there's the team again. And I guess, yeah, here, okay, this is a much better angle, much better quality. So this time I lead off with the Avalog, thinking she's going to lead off with the Lapras again. And you'll see here what kind of Gengar she's running. So she goes for the Toxic again, and I go for the Curse to kind of set up, because I predicted that she'd switch out, but she didn't. So I went to Curse, which probably wasn't my best bet, because then the Toxic gets rid of my Sturdy, which my Avalog is. So she goes for the Hex. This is what I'm talking about. She has the Toxic Hex. I don't know if that's the best choice, but it definitely worked out for her, as you'll see. So I go with my Klefki, thinking that this is probably the only thing that can take it. And because of the Ghost's non-resistant by Steel anymore, it does a fair chunk, but I have the Foul Play to do a bunch of damage. I thought she was going to switch out here, so this was a bad play on my part. I thought she was going to switch out. 2 Foul Plays could have killed it, but I thought she was going to switch out, so I spiked. The Hex just had me in. I had 15. I couldn't go for another Foul Play because it was faster, so I just went with the Sunny Day, kind of setting up the rest of my team. The Hex takes me out here, and there goes Klefki, and I really haven't been able to do much with my Klefki yet. It was a little bit, like, the Thunder Wave last game was a little bit helpful, and the Spikes doesn't really play a big part, but I guess it's better than nothing. So she goes for the Toxic on the Executor, kind of setting up her Hex, but the Psychic takes the Gengar out before it, and I was a little surprised that Gengar outsped Chlorophyll Executor, but in a moment you'll see something that's really strange. I have to look, because I don't know who has higher speed, but I thought it would be the Pyroar, but apparently Executor is faster than Pyroar, so that must mean Gengar is faster than Pyroar. But going by this, but I don't know, maybe it's just natures or something. So the Flamethrower takes him out. I'm not sure what I thought there. I think it was I just had nothing safe to switch in. I didn't want to just switch into Nidoking because I don't know if he could take the Flamethrower. So Pyroar is faster than the Nidoking, and Nidoking takes a fair decent, right, it's a one-hit KO. I did remember that. So Nidoking gets put out pretty early, which is bad for my team. You'll see that Pyroar is kind of sweeping here. Goes for another Overheat. After a couple of these, you know, start to do a lot less. And Charizard just takes it like a boss. I think it was that Charizard just had Pyroar had nothing, and she couldn't really safely switch it back in later, so she just kind of was going all out. And the Overheat really helped against that Nidoking. So here comes Lapras, hoping to surf my Charizard. Gets hurt by spikes, and I go to Mega Charizard Y here to get that boosted special attack. And the drought back up for the rest of my guys. Well, really only Venusaur at this point. And Venusaur really didn't see much play in these battles. I think it saw a bit in this one and a bit in the next one, but didn't really see much. So, Focus Blast hits again, taking out the Lapras one shot. We've seen that one play before. Critical hit, though I don't think it mattered. So we've got her Charizard coming in, and this time it is a Mega Evolution standoff, where last time I had to switch out to take it out. This time I decided to leave my Charizard in to see what he could do. So she goes with a Slash, which actually did a fair bit of damage. I go with the Air Slash. It does about 50-60%. She goes with the Fly here. So Air Slash, get it over with. So the Fly hits. I don't switch out. I didn't have anybody safely switch out. I live it with 6 HP. Did not think that would happen. Air Slash goes off and kills her Mega Charizard. So this really helps me. I think that living that Fly really mattered. So her Chestnut comes in. I think that was her last Pokemon, because at this point you wouldn't send in a Chestnut against a Charizard when you know it has Air Slash. But I think she has one more. She has Avalog. I mean, either choice wouldn't have been good against Charizard, so at this point she's lost this one. This one was a lot closer, as she did take out 3 of my guys fairly early. Avalugg and Venusaur again did not see play. Oh wait, Avalugg was out too. Avalugg, Klefki, Nidoking, and Executor. Yeah, she took out 4 this time. It was a 2-0 victory. And yeah, Venusaur didn't see play again. That's 2 in a row that Venusaur really didn't see. But Venusaur really doesn't have anybody on her side's number. So Venusaur really wasn't a great choice to have along. So you see the Hex here. Because you can't Toxic the Steel type. And the critical hit really messed me up. Because I learned from a mistake last time that she wasn't going to switch out. So the critical hit really messed up Klefki here. So I just decided to Spikes up. Get, some damage off on their next guys and let the Gengar take the hit and take me out. Because I really don't have anything to switch freely into Gengar without him doing immense damage. So hoping morally to outspeed it than to try to switch in and on it. So she goes with the Toxic on the Charizard. And Charizard really kind of was my big hitter in this. And with the whole series, he kind of was the one that was doing most of the work. You see the Air Slash killing the Gengar there. And I think he's a big part of well, he is the main source of the team. But here is where things got really fishy for me. And really, hacksy. So, the Lapras comes out again. And my obvious play, and I do make it. I do make the obvious play. But, as we all know, Focus Blast can't hit every time. It's a 70% accuracy. So you see it here taking effect in the Focus Blast. Missing, and then Thunderbolt doing a lot of damage, but didn't take me out surprisingly. Charizard's a beast. I actually trained mine Special Defense, but then the Focus Blast again misses. And the Thunderbolt this time almost takes me out, and then Poison takes me out. So Charizard missing 2 Focus Blasts. I think it was a really major game-breaking hacks kind of thing there. So I send out Avalugg, and she knows I have the Gyro Ball. I've kind of bragged about that. So she switches out, and to my dismay, I did not carry Earthquake on my Avalugg when I really should have. I'm carrying Curse instead, which I'm thinking of switching out Curse for Earthquake and putting an Iron Ball on him instead. So I send out the Nidoking, hoping it can survive this Flamethrower. Drought is still up, I believe, but he kind of bosses that. He kind of takes that well. The Overheat definitely would have killed it. So she sends in the Lapras, and the Lapras is really a thorn in my side because nothing I have can really take it out. So I went with the Earth Power, trying to take out that Pyroar. Lapras kind of switches in. And again, like I said, I have nothing really that I can take this Lapras out. I'm hoping a Surf from Lapras won't kill my Avalugg. And as you notice, it doesn't do a whole lot, but enough that it's scary. It kind of does 70%, maybe less. So she switches into Pyroar here, gets hurt by the damage. I go with the Gyro Ball that was supposed to be meant for Lapras, do a bit more damage. Not really enough though. So the Flamethrower comes, and that's going to be it for Avalugg. Avalugg can't take a Flamethrower. Special defense suck, and it's an Ice type. And I don't have Sturdy. You guys probably can hear that. So Nidoking comes back in, because I really couldn't switch into Nidoking, but as you can tell, he's not going to take that Flamethrower well, and he's just out of there. Nothing really he could do. So one of my main flaws right now with my team is the fact that none of them have items really, besides Charizard, clearly. So they're just kind of going against the wind, which that surprised me that my Executor survived the Flamethrower. It really helped, but in the end I don't think it mattered. You'll see here that it really didn't, because she still has that Charizard X lying in wait. And it goes for the Flamethrower, which isn't bad because Charizard is special attacking strong before it goes X. When it goes X, it just gets a bit more, or no, it doesn't gain any more, I don't think. But it's just a tough Pokemon. And see, Venusaur comes in and Blast Burn just eradicates it. There's not really much I could have done there. Venusaur was my last choice. And as you can see, that sucked. So I hope you guys liked. I hope you guys subscribe. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed too, because I really enjoyed those battles, and I might be doing more Wi-Fi. So if you guys want to challenge me and have me uploaded, comment in the section below.